I have tried it before and I don't like it. I didn't like it both times. Didn't like it. Being the sober person around a whole bunch of drunk people. That's just no fun, man.
Never.
I've dabbled in it. It's not fun. You realize like how boring people are by 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night when you're the sober one and everybody else is drunk.
Well, if you've always been the sober one, though, I don't think it's that much of a stretch. I have a good friend. Has never touched a drop of alcohol. His father was an alcoholic, and so he had no desire whatsoever. And he's at times been the life of the party. Like he's hung out with all of us drunkards before, and he's happy as a clam.
Yeah, my friend Chris is one of these unicorns that can have fun without drinking.
Yes, it is possible, man.
It is possible.
If I was always the sober one in the room, I wouldn't like anybody.
Yeah.
There's no way. That's incredible.
Dude, seriously, I tried it a couple of times when I was home by 8:30, man. We started drinking at 8:15. I'm like, this is not going to work for me.
Yep.
That's what I tried to do in January, but every time I went out, I was like, everyone is insufferable. I have to go home. Where's my jacket?
Well, here's an email from a Bert Show listener that's going to do it all weekend on a Bachelorette weekend. She's the only sober one. If you have anything going on in your life and you want to share it with us and we can turn around, try to get you some advice from Bert Show fam around the country, hit us up at thebertshow.com. Dear Bert Show, I'm 23 years old and sober. I graduated at the end of 2020. And honestly, by the time I finished school, I was so over the whole party scene. It wasn't fun anymore. And I just had no interest in going out. In addition to this, I also have a lot of anxiety from previous negative experiences in bars, which may have played a small part in this. Flash forward to now, my best friend is getting married and her bachelorette trip is next month. The itinerary for the 4-day trip includes 3 nights of bar crawls from 8 p.m. until everyone is ready to go. If the bar crawls are anything like they were in college, we're going to be out till at least 1 a.m. My question is, what the hell do I do? ? I don't want to go bar crawling for hours on end, partly because I'm sober, but also because I know it'll cause me a lot of anxiety. I don't want to rain on the rest of the girls' parade by being anxious in the corner of the bars all night, but I also don't want to exclude myself and appear rude or disrespectful to the bride, who again is my best friend. The bride is very aware of my issues with bars, but I have not spoken to her about my concerns for the bachelorette weekend because another bridesmaid backed out of the trip last minute, and I didn't want to add more stress. I also have not disclosed that I don't drink anymore. So what should I do? Do I go and try my best to have fun? Do I talk to the maid of honor who is planning everything and just not participate in the bar scene? If I go and start to panic, I want to have a backup plan and I don't ruin the night for everyone else. What would you guys do? Who should I talk to? Thanks for the help. The sober, anxious friend.
All right. I feel like there can be a compromise here, especially if the bride, as you say, is your best friend. And a lot of people throw that word around. We've talked about it on the show, but if she is indeed your best friend, she will understand your situation. So I say the compromise is, and I applaud you for being self-aware, for wanting to participate, but at the same time, knowing your limitations and that you don't want to be the wet blanket and bring everybody down if you're going to be that person in the bar, because you don't want to bring that energy. And I sincerely hat tip to you for wanting to make sure everybody has a great time, including yourself. The compromise I feel is you do one night. You do one night of the bar crawl, you put your big girl bar panties on, and you go out and you do your thing. The other 2 nights, you don't. And you let the bride know, hey, here's the deal. And then while you're at the house, what you can do is get the kitchen ready for when they come home. Because what do they want as soon as they come home? Pizzas and food. So
Feed the beast.
Yes, right? So you can be in charge of the post-bar crawl snacks. And you can have waters. You can also have people still drink when they get home from the bars. You can have that kind of stuff there ready for them. And that can be your contribution to the bachelorette weekend.
Yeah, you also got to hold Becca's hair while she throws up. So many things happening when they get back, and they need that person that's basically EMS,
right?
But with snacks. So you're just checking everybody, making sure, she threw up on her shirt. Let's get you a new shirt, Bethany.
So I think maybe a guy's world and a bachelor party is different than a bachelorette party. But if I have a dude like this in my bachelor party, if he comes to me and tells me what's up, I tell the other dudes that are going, hey, just want to let you guys know, Mo's going to hang out one night, but bar scene is really not his thing. And he doesn't really like to drink. So let's let him do his thing. And we're all cool, right? And yeah, there's no problem there.
For the most part, until the men start getting drunk and then they start pressuring you to drink and then everything goes out the window.
Yeah, right.
She did mention that her best friend is aware of her past issues with alcohol, but nobody's aware she quit entirely. Did I hear that right?
Yes, you did.
Right.
So you need to have this conversation. Yeah, like and since she's like aware of how you feel already, this is going to be such an easy conversation, but just have it so it's not a blow up in the Airbnb there. And like go out the one night, have a soda water with a lime. Nobody will be any the wiser. You're not drinking, and you can just dance and have fun and sweat and go home, and then be that person at the end of the night for them to barf on, I guess.
Yeah, I think this is one of those things where it's so built up in your head that the conversation and the scenario sounds way worse to you than in reality, you know?
Because people have friends who don't drink. Yeah. And even if you're hanging out with an entire crew who's going to be in bachelorette parties and weekends what adjective do I want to use here?
Wily. Wild and wily.
But you most definitely, it's your best friend. Don't exclude yourself entirely by not going, because then that's going to put like a damper on the weekend. She wants you there. You've been invited. Go and make the most of it. And I think you'll be fine. I think you are building it up in your head more than you need to.
And just real quick, trend that I've noticed at a lot of bachelorette parties over the last like 5 years, there's 2 separate itineraries.
Yep.
There's party girls, and then there's like who wants to stay home,
who wants to go get a massage,
sports, get a massage, get a spa day. Like there are always 2 separate itineraries and since so many people we got keto, we got Whole30, and we got sobriety. We got all kinds of new healthy things happening. You should have 2 different itineraries for those people that just want to chill and not drink.
And there was also 2 financial itineraries. Yeah. Like if you're going to a show or something like that and the tickets are a little more expensive, you have like different activities for people of different economic status.
Like at Kristen's bachelorette party, I could not afford the dongs at Magic Mike, so I stayed behind and did something else.
Bachelorette parties be this lit? 3 nights of bar crawls.
It's a weekend.
4 days.
Yes.
Damn.
So we had the Magic Mike show one night. We also had our stripper pole dance class.
Oh, I got stripper shoulder. Did you get stripper shoulder? I sure did.
I did not, because I didn't go as hard as you.
I went too hard.
You only had it in one shoulder?
I mean, you should have seen all of us walking through this hotel in our booty shorts and our stripper heels and our matching bridal party tank tops. Oh, and we had been at the pool all day.
We'd stunk.
And we were wasted.
We were so sticky.
That's when you really need to stay away from any kind of mirror whatsoever, because the sexy you're feeling does not translate.
That group, that did not translate as we were walking through that hotel.
Not at all.
The Bert Show.